we're going to be putting together the soft wash gun. This is going to be the Suttner ST-510. You got 25 bar, 365 psi, 70 liters per minute, 16.5 US gallons per minute, 50 Celsius, 120 Celsius max. Says this one was made in September 2021. So, since this is plastic on both ends, I'm going to be using the Tru-Blu. Home Depot is the only place I know nearby that has it. These are 1/2 inch female MPT threads, so I'm using 1/2 inch plug and socket. My soft wash rig is going to be with 5/8 hose, Curitech 200 feet from Pressure Washer Products. It already comes pre-crimped with 1/2 inch MPT fittings, and once those go out, or the hose goes out near them, I have 5/8 barbs to 1/2 inch MPTs that I also ordered from Pressure Washing Products. I believe they're 3/16 stainless steel. Alright, so Tru-Blu is very messy, very sticky. When it gets on your hands, make sure you have a napkin so you can wipe off the excess. It's the Tru-Blu right there. So I try to get as much off and into the sides. When you put it on, it kind of looks like you didn't put enough on the threads, but it really spreads out. It's hiding in the brush, so I just go around it, just touching. By the time we go around, it will all have seeded well into the threads. See, it's already flattening out. Now for this, anything 1.25 inches and below, you only need to put it on one side. Anything greater, you need to put it on both the inside female threads and the male threads, which I've done with some of the 1.5 inch plumbing. You see I have some right here on the inside surface, so what I do is get a napkin, have it in the hole, just turn it to clean up that area. Take a quick look, need to wipe just a little bit more. And with Tru-Blu, whatever's in the thread stays liquid. Whatever's exposed to the air kind of turns into like a dried gum consistency. So plug-in for me is the output. So we'll be putting it on this side. This almost threaded all the way. I'm going to be using only one wrench. It is plastic, so I barely even turned it. A quarter turn. And that feels very good and comfortable to me. Just clean off any excess. See, I already have some on my hand there. That's going to get very sticky. You get it in any of your hand creases, and when you close your hands in those spots, it gets very sticky. Now, because with the soft wash wands, I have pretty much edited them, reiterated them 3 times, I think, twice with the Tru-Blu. What stays liquidy on the threads when you remove it can be removed with rubbing alcohol. I was using 90% isopropyl, and then beyond that, where it dries up, which would be what hangs out outside of the threads or even on the inside where I first wiped, you would have to use acetone. I was using nail polish remover and it worked. And it's pretty much the same thing with getting it off your hands. Washing your hands doesn't quite exactly get it off. Even though I wiped it, there's a chance it might be sticky. But yeah, acetone or nail polish remover is what will get the Tru-Blu off of the threads and the fittings. It just takes a while working the threads with a napkin and isopropyl. See, I wiped it off the pinky and I can still feel it. Unless it's on my thumb, I can feel that there's some here in the crease, even though you don't see it. As you touch more things, you'll be able to see it. But yeah, just isopropyl and working the threads with your fingernails to try to get the previous bit of that pipe dope off is what's going to help you. Alright, so both of these fittings I got direct from MTM Hydro. So you have the 1/2 inch coupler with the mel threads, and then you have the mel plug 1/2 inch with the MPT threads, mel threads. And so this end is just pretty much gonna hook up to my wand. And I have, like I said in another video, I have a 12 inch, actually correcting myself, I have a 12 inch, a 24 inch, and a 48 inch. I think in the previous video I said it was an 18 inch, but it was a 24. So I have a 1 foot, 2 foot, and a 4 foot wand, just to give me some extra length. Now on the other end, once this is in, I had first started out without thinking about using a gun. I was just going to use a ball valve like you see in some videos, but it was going to be a quick connect. First it was all going to be one piece threaded together, and then I thought about quick connect, and then I thought about using this gun. So I was like, okay, I'll keep the ball valve, put a quick connect on it, and so I can use the gun, I can quick connect to the ball valve directly, and it's just a plastic ball valve. Another thing I recommend that you don't really see on those PVC pipes, homemade soft wash wands, is that they put the ball valve and then they put the hose directly into the ball valve with a barb or however. What I recommend, and I know for sure Lowe's has them, is that I got one of those Schedule 80 pipes. I believe I used a 6 inch. I threaded that into the ball valve, which the ball valve is a 1/2 inch, and then I put a coupler, which is a female thread and a female thread. I threaded that on, and that way it gives you leverage with the wand. It gives you a grip. You're not just holding on the ball, and you're not putting pressure with your pinky and ring finger on the hose, quickly deteriorating it. You relieve that pressure somewhat. So that's just a handle. That's something you don't really see in the videos, and hopefully I'll show one later on. I don't have it near me right now. So let's add this bottom coupler here. So I tried staying with the lower threads on the other one, but it looks like with the Suttner it's gonna thread most of the way. So I'm assuming they're probably like straight threads. That's usually what's gonna go all the way down. Alright, so we're gonna clean up the top again. Smells clean. With those soft wash ones, definitely used a lot of napkins just cleaning up the excess. So if you know how much of the threads actually go into the other side of the fitting, just apply that much. Like I said, it's gonna get all over you. So I mean, you can wear gloves and try your best. Now Tru-Blu does say it does caustics diluted up to 10%, and so everything after a proportioner would be diluted less than 10, but leading up to the proportioner would be for that specific SH valve. Threads almost all the way in. I don't even think there's any excess hanging out there. Nope. So everything that goes from your hose, your SH hose, the barb, all the way up until the manifold, whether you have the T manifold or you have a straight manifold. I have a straight manifold. I built a straight manifold. Let's see if I'll show you. Okay, but it's the gun right there. Tru-Blu, I recommend just giving it 24 hours. Same thing with any thread sealer, thread locker. Just give it the 24 hours if you can. If you absolutely have to, then go ahead and use it. But it's best to let it cure. Now, I did the poor man's manifold. I still need to mess with another 3/4 ball valve and find which one, what position of the valve being closed would yield so much fluid, and that's how I would get my percentages of the fluid. So you have water, SH, surfactant, and auxiliary. So hose, pretty much drop stick hose for this one, and put it in any bucket with any solution you want to use on its own, or maybe dilute it down with some water. Definitely do not mix SH with any other chemical. So with that ball valve, I have another one that's gonna be pretty much a quick connect output. So it's gonna come out from the end of the pump. It's gonna be a ball valve, then the quick connect that'll directly connect the hose, so any reel would be just storage. It wouldn't go through the reel, especially right now. Then I'm gonna do cheaper reels just as storage holders, these hoses. But I'm gonna have it turned all the way open, see how long it takes to fill a gallon, get that time, and then start closing the ball valve. And like 75%, which would be like your 4% solution, is 96 ounces within the same time it takes to fill a gallon, and that'll give me my 4% value. 50%, which is a 3% value, is and it's not 50%, because 50-50, that's a different deal. It's 50% of the ball valves being open. That'll give me a 3% mix if the other ball valve is completely open, right? So I would measure and see how long it takes to fill 64 ounces in the same, or what position would fill 64 ounces in the same time it would fill a gallon. So it's just doing that, going down, and then I just measure the distance. I'd mark that ball valve and then measure the distance, and then transfer those distances onto that manifold, and that way I can meter it. It can be metered. Those other ones, accurate, the GFLs, it's relatively accurate. They can't tell you exactly how much SH is actually putting out. It's more of a guess still, but they proportion it better. But yeah, this is a soft wash gun. It's gonna quick connect to a ball valve that's connected to the hose. And that's this video.